Whose views should the members of the Congress represent when voting?
When voting, the Congress should represent the constituents mainly for the factor that the constituents are the ones who put them in Congress.
Okay. What should be all the limits on the powers of Congress?
Some limits on the power of Congress should be the taxes and impeachment.
Okay. And can and should the lawmaking process be improved?
It can be improved. However, for time's sake, I believe we should keep it the same.
And why does the Constitution provide bicameral legislation?
They provide a bicameral legislature to represent the constituents.
And can you describe the length and elective terms of the members of the House and Representatives?
Well, the House of Representatives is in term for at least 2 years, and they can get elected as many times as they wish.
All right. Can you explain the qualifications of serving as Senate?
In order to serve as a senator, you need to be at least 30 years old, be a U.S. citizen, and for at least 9 years, and live in the state in which they represent.
Can you compare the contrast of the Senate and the House of Representatives?
They are alike in that both need to be citizens of the United States, and both need to live in the state in which they represent, and they are different due to the terms in which they have to serve.
Can you describe the federal government how it spends their money?
The federal government spends its money due to importance. For example, the military has the most for safety reasons, and second, the education has the second most amount of money because pretty much just education and importance of intelligence.
All right. And can you describe the Congress the express powers?
The Congress express powers are as follows. The first one is foreign relation powers. Second is war powers, which means they have the power to declare war. The third is naturalization, which defines how a person can become the U.S. citizen. Fourth is postal powers, which they can create post offices. Fifth, copyrights and patents. A patent gives a person the sole right to sell something. And sixth, weights and measurements.
Can you please describe the Congress of powers to impeach?
In order for the Congress to impeach someone, they need a majority. They need a majority vote in the House, which is 50% plus one, and a conviction requires 2/3 vote in the Senate.
What are some officer positions in the Congress?
An officer position in Congress can be either the president pro tempore, seniority rule, and etc. The president tempore is a person who serves in the vice president's absence, and a seniority rule is in just the unwritten law in which states that the person who has served the longest gets the highest seat.
Can you please describe the duties and responsibilities of the House and Senate committees?
The House and Senate committees are a mandatory committee. Some duties involve the courts, current issues and matters, and military, etc. Such duties have a huge responsibility, like maintaining focus, confidentiality, and effort.
Please explain how the bill becomes a law in the House.
Well, in order for a bill to become a law in the House, it must be introduced to Congress by a member. Then it can be either reviewed, or it can pass, or they can do nothing with it and reject it. Then the views of the committee are expressed in an open session, and then passed it into the Rules Committee. The Rules Committee can either schedule for a debate on the bill or do nothing with it, and then a bill is subject to debate again before being put to another debate. Once passed through the House, it can go through the other, and if there are any changes made, it has to go through again to make sure that both agree on it. And then after the bill is passed through both houses, it gets sent to the governor.
All right, and for all those people who don't know what makes up a successful Congress, would you be able to tell them that?
For a successful Congress, you need leadership, people who know law, and teamwork.
All right, and thank you.